Quarantine life in Japan isn't easy. In fact, sometimes I hate it. But here are my morning routines that keep me productive and healthy, as well as socially connected with you guys during these times. Hey guys, this is Cathy Cat from Ask Japanese, and today I am going to be sharing my morning routine with you during this quarantine time here in Japan. As you know, we can't do our usual filming, so I'm taking you along to my day. First thing is I get up nice and early at 7:30. Getting up that early in the morning is not actually the thing I usually like to do. In fact, I picked it up during this quarantine specifically, and I hate it with a passion. But I know if I get up early in the morning, my day is much more productive. First thing is, when you're sleeping, your body can get very dehydrated. So the first thing I have to force myself to do is to drink. I don't really get easily thirsty, so I really have to force myself. And sometimes surprised how little this bottle is actually going down, even though I'm drinking so much. But yes, I really have to stick to that first. Next thing I have picked up now is meditation. I read about the benefits of regularly meditating, and just meditation in general can help so many people. So I tried to pick it up. To be honest, I'm not quite sure if I'm doing it right, but I try still to sit down in the morning for a couple of minutes to just get into that state of mind, breathe, do some breathing exercises, and I think it helps in a way. I think I'm doing it. I'm not quite sure if I'm doing it right though. Next thing is just getting ready for the day. After I've done all of that, I go and get ready for the day. If I don't do these first two steps right in the morning, I end up on social media, and then the whole morning is just gone, and it gets really hard for me to motivate myself after that for the rest of the day. I love Japanese baths, so I generally bathe in the evening and do my hair and everything in the evening. And in the morning, I just have a quick shower with my hair tied up, just to start fresh right into the day. Now, I could spend my whole day in my PJs because they're comfortable, but I try every day to actually get dressed and get out there. It makes me so much sharper. Next thing I love in the morning is my very first cup of tea. For breakfast, I generally just have plain oatmeal with hot water, no sweeteners, nothing at all. I just let it sit there for a moment to open up properly, and then maybe add a swig of milk afterwards. And of course, my cup of tea. What I've also been doing recently is intermittent fasting, which means in the morning I'll skip the oats and just have a cup of tea instead, unsweetened, just, to justify the not moving so much during the day. Or I screw all of that and cover it in Fruit Loops. It's really tempting for me to grab my phone and check my messages in the morning, but for the first hour I try to stay away from any kind of social networking, my computer and such. Instead, I try to sit down with my Japanese N2 review book, that is the Japanese language proficiency test. Now, I already have the N2, but I think it's always good to review what you already know, and furthermore, I'm aiming to do the N1 sometime soon, the end of this year or the beginning of next year, and I just want to review all the words that I need to know. So for example, grammar, vocabulary, and especially kanji, which I know are my weakness. I get them out right in the morning for breakfast before I pick up my phone or anything else. This one gets my brain while it's still fresh and open to new ideas. It really helps me switch my brain to productivity during breakfast. During normal working days, I generally find it hard to set time aside to study, so this time I'm integrating that into my breakfast routine. And then it's time for me to put on my makeup, start the day. I first start with moisturizer because the air is still quite dry in Japan right now. It's right before the rainy season at this point in time. And then makeup time. Now, with the makeup, I like to switch it up from time to time. I try new styles right now because I'm in quarantine, so try different colors and similar things like that. Now you're wondering, why is this girl putting on makeup in quarantine? You're gonna find out in a moment, so hold on for that. What happened to that hair? Never mind. And then afterwards, my hair comes usually last. And the red makeup, the bright red one, that's kind of become my Cathy Cat trademark. That's a general one I like putting on too if I just want to have a quick makeup fix right in the morning. My hair is growing out longer and longer now. We were initially supposed to do a collaboration with my hairdresser. The director of Ask Japanese and I had set up a collaboration for that. But since my hairdresser is now closed, we cannot do this collaboration at this point in time. So I'm just letting my hair grow out, and all the coloring and dyeing will have to happen once he's opened back up. But I'm really excited to see what we're going to be doing. I'm thinking of maybe switching my colors and going with a different hairstyle from now on. This Cathy Cat hair that you're seeing right now has already become kind of my trademark, but I'd like to switch it up from time to time a little bit. While I'm doing my makeup and hair, I generally tend to listen to NHK for Japanese news, to Tagesschau for German news, and then for BBC, CNN or similar to find out about news in other parts of the world. I found that every country is reporting the news in a different kind of way, and in order to get a full picture, or at least a little bit more of a rounded picture, I try to tune into different stations and listen to that while I'm putting on my makeup or I'm fixing up my hair. My fringe is like my most important thing, and I spend a lot of time just getting the fringe right. If the fringe is not perfect, I will have to fix it up with extra ironing, straighteners or curlers, similar things, because if my fringe is sucky, the whole day is sucky. So I really put a lot of effort into getting the fringe right. However, I have a slight problem with this current fringe. It's really not what it's supposed to be. It's way too short and it is kind of wonky at this point in time. The reason is I cut it by myself when I heard my hairdresser's is closed. That was a big mistake. If you're curious about what kind of makeup I'm using, which products, and how I'm actually applying it, be sure to come over to my personal channel. I'll talk about these kind of things a little bit more in depth on my personal channel, and I love always chatting with you guys. It's a lot more private on my personal channel, to be honest.
I cut my fringe, and I cut it quite wonky. This is what I call the quarantine fringe.
Never mind. Next thing, I go over and set everything up to hang out with you guys. What do you mean by that? Well, I recently started picking up regular streaming on Twitch. I stream almost every day apart from the weekend, so I get ready for that. I never thought I would get so much into this, but I really enjoy it. So in the morning, I set up my computer, the internet, and the console. I also have a little bit of a green screen that I set up to make sure that everything is in place. And I'm actually always really looking forward to starting this, so it makes sense for me to put on clothes, put on makeup, and put myself out there. I then check if the green screen is working well, and I blend well into the picture. Everything is working and everything is connected. I don't want my head cut off too much, and I want to blend nicely into the game I'm playing. I guess this is alright. This looks quite good. Are we good there? Are we ready to go, Cathy Cat? Yes, we are good. Let's do this. Especially during this time of social distancing, being able to hang out with you guys online, chatting, gaming, exchanging ideas, comments, finding out what everyone in the world is doing right now, whether they are inside or whether they have to work. I find this so important, and just having that social contact without having physical social contact is so important for me right now. I'm glad that I bring joy to people playing with me. We have a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. And it makes me feel a lot less lonely, and I hope it makes everyone who comes feel a lot less lonely too. So my steps in the morning: hydrate, meditate, eat, study, get ready, and socialize. All of this stuff gets me into the right state of mind right before noon, and I feel much more achieved and that I'm on the right path.
And that concludes my morning routine from 7:30 till about 11 in the morning. So there's more. It's gonna come up to you guys soon. Stay strong wherever in the world you are. Keep washing those hands. Keep that social distancing up. You're not alone. We're all in this together. So let's make it through this together as well.